Melot Tarshiha is a mixed city in the North District in Israel, some 20 kilometers east of Nahariya, about 600 meters above sea level. The city was established in 1963 through a municipal merger of the Arab town of Tarshiha and the Jewish town of Melot. According to the Israel Central Bureau of Statistics, in December 2009 the city had a total population of 20,600. History. Tarshiha is believed to have been built on the site of a Canaanite settlement, Haki, dating back to the 2nd–3rd millennium BC. Excavations of a 4th century burial cave in the village unearthed a cross and a piece of glass engraved with a menorah. Crusader sources from the 12th and 13th century refer to Tarshiha as Torsha and Tasiah. The king had initiated the settlement of Crusader people in nearby Mi'alyah, and from there settlements spread out to Tarshiha. In 1160, Torsha and several surrounding villages were transferred to a crusader named Iohanna de Kepha. By 1217, the village was probably inhabited by Crusader people. In 1220 Jocelyn III's daughter Beatrix de Courtenay and her husband Otto von Botten-Laubin, Count of Henneberg, sold their land, including Tarshiha, to the Teutonic Knights. In 1266, Tarshiha was raided by Crusader troops. According to popular Arabic etymology, the name may have meant Artemisia mountain in the Canaanite language, where Arabic Tu'erfa mountain and Shifra Artemisia vulgaris could be identified, or from Tarshiha, i.e., Shah Jamaluddin rushed to the battlefield to fight the Crusaders. Ottoman era incorporated into the Ottoman Empire in 1517 with the rest of Palestine. The village of Tarshiha was raided by the Lebanese feudal chief Mansur ibn Furayk in 1573. The Daftar of 1596 show the village to be under the administration of the Nahir of Akka, with a population of 107 households and 3 bachelors. All Muslim. The inhabitants paid taxes on occasional revenues, bees and goats. The village was also taxed for a press, used either of olives or for grapes. In the early 18th century, the village was under control of Sheikh Hussein, while later in the Ottoman period it became one of the major cotton-producing villages of Galilee, and the administrative center of the Nahiyah. Marati visited the village in 1761, and wrote that it abounds with water, which adds greatly to the fertility of its cotton plants, its fruit trees, and above all its tobacco. V. Guerin, who visited in 1875, found that Tarshiha consists of 4 quarters, under the jurisdiction of as many different sheikhs. There are 2,000 Muslims, who have their mosques. The Christians occupy their own quarters. With the exception of a few families, they are all United Greeks, and number about 500. In 1881, the Palestine Exploration Fund's survey of Western Palestine described Tarshiha as a very large village, containing about 1,500 Muslims and 300 Christians. There is a fine mosque with minarets newly built. Also an old one. The houses are well built. A new and handsome church has been built in the Christian quarter. British Mandate era. In the 1922 census of Palestine conducted by the British Mandate authorities, Tarshiha had a population of 1,880, 1,521 Muslims, 358 Christians and 1 Druze, increasing in the 1931 census to a total of 2,522, 2,047 Muslims and 475 Christians, in a total of 584 houses. In 1945 the population of Tarshiha was 3,840, 3,140 Muslims and 690 Christians. The total population of Tarshiha combined with Al-Kabri was 5,360 Arabs, with 47,428 dunams of land. Of this, a total of 743 dunams of land in the 2 places was used for citrus and bananas, 5,301 were plantation and irrigable land, 14,123 for cereals, while 252 dunhams were built upland. 1947, and aftermath. During the 1948 Arab-Israeli War, Tarshiha served as the headquarters of Fawzi al-Kawakji, who headed the Arab Liberation Army. Tarshiha was in the territory allotted to the Arab state under the 1947 UN partition plan. However, in the 1948 Arab-Israeli War, the village was captured by the Israel Defense Forces in Operation Hiram on October 29. The village was bombed by 3 Israeli planes on the evening of the 28th of October. This was followed by a prolonged artillery barrage and a further air raid in the morning, with the village defenders and most of the inhabitants retreating north into Lebanon. A UN observer reported that on 1 November 1948, the Palestinian villages around Tarshiha were deserted and extensively looted by Israeli forces. The New York Times added that the looting appeared systematic, as Israeli army trucks were used carrying off the looted goods. By December 1948, around 700 villagers, mostly Christians, had returned to the village. Any Arab who had not registered, as of November 1948, was regarded as illegal and if caught deported. An American Quaker relief worker with the American Friends Service Committee described a raid on Tarshiha on 15 January 1949. All males over 16 were questioned by a panel of 8 Israelis. 33 heads of families and 101 family members, aged 1 year to 79 years, were selected for deportation. They were robbed and expelled via Ara to Jenin. A UN observer in Jenin reported that their homes were being repopulated by large numbers of Jewish refugees from Austria. In December 1949, the Israeli Foreign Ministry blocked an IDF plan to clear Tarshiha and 5 other villages along the Lebanon border of their remaining Arab populations in order to create an 5 to 10 kilometers Arab-free zone. Arabs in the Galilee remained under martial law until 1966. Milot was established as a development town for Jewish immigrants from Romania, Iran, Lebanon and Morocco. In 1957, the first homes were built on Har Harakah Fort, known in Arabic as Bab al-Hawa. Joint Milot Tarshiha in 1963. Milot was merged with the larger Tarshiha, and the unified town was renamed to reflect both origins. The inhabitants of Tarshiha hoped that the merger would improve the level of services. On 15 May 1974, an elementary school in Milot was attacked by terrorists of the Democratic Front for the Liberation of Palestine in what became known as the Milot Massacre. 22 teenagers and 3 teachers from Safed on a class trip were murdered in the attack. They had been sleeping on the floor inside the building. In addition, 3 Israeli women, one of them 7 months pregnant, 1 4-year-old child, and 2 men were killed by the same terrorists in the events before the murder of the schoolchildren. Milot Tarshiha was officially recognized as a city in 1996. Nearly 700 Katyusha rockets landed in the vicinity of Milot Tarshiha during the Second Lebanon War. 3 Arab residents of the city were killed in a rocket attack. Demographics and income. In 2001, ethnic and religious makeup of the city was 79.7% Jewish and other non-Arabs, and 20.0% Arab. In the early 2000s, 52% of the population were Russian immigrants. In 2001, there were 10,100 males and 10,100 females. The population of the city was diverse in age, with 35.7% 19 years of age or younger, 15.3% between 20 and 29, 20.4% between 30 and 44, 14.6% from 45 to 59, 3.9% from 60 to 64, and 10.0% 65 years of age or older. The population growth rate in 2001 was 3.0%. As of 2000, CBS reported there were 6,931 salaried workers and 408 self-employed persons in the city. The mean monthly wage in 2000 for a salaried worker was Nis 4,435, a real change of 7.0% over the course of 2000. Salaried men had a mean monthly wage of Nis 5,652 versus Nis 3,073 for women. The average income for the self-employed was Nis 6,320. There were 559 people who received unemployment benefits, and 1,785 people who received an income guarantee. Economy. The Askar plant and industrial parks built in the vicinity of Milot Tashihar by Steph Wertheim are major sources of employment for the city's residents. In 2007, the jobless rate in Milot Tashihar was 5.5%, compared to 7.9% nationally. Education. In 2001, there were 11 schools and 4,272 students in the city, including 7 elementary schools with an enrollment of 2,000, and 7 high schools with 2,272 students. 58.5% of the city's 12th graders earned a matriculation certificate in 2001. In August 1975, Yeshivat Milot, a Hesder yeshiva, was established, attracting students from all over the world. In recent years the yeshiva has estimated 300 students per year. Landmarks and culture. Guerin, after his 1875 visit, wrote that the principal mosque in Tashihar had been built by Abdullah Pasha. He further noted that it was preceded by a court, then by a porch, surmounted by a cupola, above which springs an elegant minaret. Andrew Peterson, who inspected the mosque in 1993, noted that it was built in classical Ottoman style with 4 main elements: a courtyard, an arcade, a domed prayer hall, and a minaret. Lake Montfort, an artificial lake to the east of Milot Tashihar, has become a local tourist attraction. It was previously known as the Hosen Reservoir. The lake is featured in the city's emblem. In January 2008, Milot Tashihar hosted the Israel International Chess Championship. The tournament, held at the community center, carried a prize of $20,000. The city has also hosted other international events, among them an international fencing tournament. The Stone in the Galilee International Sculpture Symposium has been held annually in Milot Tashihar since 1991. In this 10-day springtime event, sculptors from Israel and around the world convene at Montfort Lake to create stone sculptures from huge blocks of stone. In 2009, the non-profit DocuWiv established an annual documentary film festival in the city in an effort to bring high-quality cultural activity to the Israeli periphery, twin towns, sister cities. Birobidzhan, Russia; Harrisburg, Pennsylvania; Asti, Italy. Bibliography. Barron, B. ed. Palestine. Reportum General Abstracts of the Census of 1922. Government of Palestine. Cohen. Palestine in the 18th Century. Patterns of Government and Administration. Hebrew University, Jerusalem. Cited in Peterson. Conda, Claude Rainier, Kitchener. H. The Survey of Western Palestine. Memoirs of the Topography, Orography, Hydrography, and Archaeology 1. London. Committee of the Palestine Exploration Fund. Ellen Bloom, Ronnie. Frankish Rural Settlement in the Latin Kingdom of Jerusalem. Cambridge University Press. ISBN 9780521521871. Frankel, Raphael. Topographical Notes on the Territory of Acre in the Crusader Period. Israel Exploration Journal 38. 249-272. Guerin, Victor. Description géographique historique et archéologique de la Palestine. 3. Galilee, pt. 2. Paris. L'Imprimerie Nationale. Hadoui, Sami. Village Statistics of 1945. A classification of land and area ownership in Palestine. Palestine Liberation Organization Research Center. Hutteroth, Wolf Dieter, Abdul Fattah, Kamal. Historical Geography of Palestine, Transjordan and Southern Syria in the late 16th century. Erlanger Geographische Arbeiten, Sonderband 5. Erlangen, Germany. Vorstand der Frankischen Geographischen Gesellschaft. ISBN 3-92040541-2. Khalidi, Walid. All That Remains. The Palestinian villages occupied and depopulated by Israel in 1948. Washington, D.C. Institute for Palestine Studies. ISBN 0-88728-224-5. Marati, Giovanni. Travels through Cyprus, Syria, and Palestine, with a general history of the Levant 1. Dublin. P. Byrne. Mills, E. ed. Census of Palestine 1931. Population of villages, towns and administrative areas. Jerusalem. Government of Palestine. Morris, Benny. Israel's Border Wars, 1949–1956. Arab infiltration, Israeli retaliation, and the countdown to the Suez War. Oxford University Press. ISBN 0-19-827850-0. Morris, Benny. The Birth of the Palestinian Refugee Problem, 1947–1949. Cambridge University Press. ISBN 0-521-33028-9. Morris, Benny. The Birth of the Palestinian Refugee Problem Revisited. Cambridge University Press. ISBN 0-521-00967-7. Palmer, H. The Survey of Western Palestine. Arabic and English name lists collected during the survey by Lieutenants Conder and Kitchener. E. Transliterated and explained by E. H. Palmer. Committee of the Palestine Exploration Fund. Peterson, Andrew. A Gazetteer of Buildings in Muslim Palestine I. Oxford University Press. ISBN 978-019-727011-0. Rode, Harold. Administration and Population of the Sancake of Safed in the 16th Century. Columbia University. Robinson, Edward, Smith, Eli. Biblical Researches in Palestine, Mount Sinai and Arabia Petraea. A Journal of Travels in the year 1838. 3. Boston. Crocker and Brewster. Rohricht, Reinhold. Register Regni Hierosolomitani. Berlin. Libreria Academica Wageriana. Shamus, Anton. The Retreat from Galilee. Granta 23, Spring 1988. ISBN 014-008603-X. Strelka, Ernst, ed. Tabulae Ordinais Teutonis ix Tabulara Regii Iberalinensis Codici Patissumum. Berlin. Weidmanns.